Hi, families. My name is Ginny, and I'm here to share a little art activity with you that is to go along with your brown bear story. So, you will have a little package, and in that package, you're going to find your bear parts. You're going to find a bright blue paper. You will have 3 colors, which are probably different colors than what I have, but you'll have 3 little color chips. You will have a foam paintbrush, a fork, and you will have 2 brown colors to paint with. I just put my brown paint on this lid to be able to use, but you'll have yours in nice little containers. I always suggest to wear old clothes anytime you paint. Sometimes the color of the paint will stain, so it's definitely a good idea to have old paint because paint happens and accidents can come with it too. All right, so our first step is to take our bear tracing parts. We're gonna flip it backwards and we're gonna take our brown paint. I'm gonna start with my foam brush and I'm just gonna paint my brown color any which way and place all over the back of my paper. And this will help our bear be a brown bear. My brown is a little bit more of a reddish brown, and there are different browns colors for the bears that live in our forests. I've seen black bears, I've seen a cinnamon bear. A little ways away from us, you might even be able to see a blonde bear. If you travel or have traveled anywhere like that, or maybe a family member might have seen a blonde bear too. Okay. If you want and if you would like to start painting with your fork, you definitely can. And I'll show you some of that fork painting here. Even with your foam brush, you can dab it, you can swipe it, you can pick up a little bit of your light brown too, dab it on, and make different marks, lines, or patterns with it. So that's my browns painted on with my foam brush. I'll just set that to the side. I'm going to take my fork and I'm going to scoop up a whole bunch of different paint now just with my fork. And I'm going to make some scrapes and some scratches and just do some different painting with my fork. Scrape it on there. This helps give your paint a little bit of texture. And you'll probably notice in the book that the bear isn't just all one color. It has little bits of light brown in it and a little bits of dark brown. The paper looks like it has almost a pattern. And a pattern can also be created with texture. There. So I've got some different texture and some different marks there. And so now it's a little bit different. I love painting with texture and different tools. I think it makes the paint look very interesting. So the next thing to do is to let this dry. I sped up my drying process a little bit by using a hair dryer because the paint from the fork is quite thick, so it'll take a little bit longer, but you are welcome to use a blow dryer to help the drying go a little bit faster, or you can let it sit. So it might take about 20 to 30 minutes, depending on how thick the paint is for it to dry. There we have it. So that's my dry paper. The next things that you will need are a pair of scissors and a glue stick. So those I didn't pack in with the paint and the papers. And we're going to cut out our shapes. So we'll flip it over to see our bear shapes again. And we're just going to cut out those shapes. And do your best to come close to the lines and be able to see the bear's legs. So otherwise, we'll have just kind of some circle shapes for the front of our bear and the back of our bear. But if we can get around those legs the best we can, with a little bit of help maybe, which is definitely okay, then it'll look like your bear's walking. So there, I'm cutting out my legs, just turning the paper wherever I need to. So this part is now the front legs of my bear. And I'm just doing up the back legs of my bear. So you can see just cutting around that foot, his very back paw, and up and around his back. My paint is still a little bit wet, but that's okay. It was quite thick in some spots. This paper is nice and heavy, so it's not going to be all ripply from our paint. There's my back legs. I got some nice texture there. And now I'm just going to cut out my bear's head. There, make sure I turn it around so I can see the shape. And around his nose. There we go. All right, I'm going to set that off to the side. I'm going to get my nice bright blue paper. Don't need that piece either. Okay. So I'm going to start with the back part of my bear. Put my head down. There's the back part. And I'm going to glue that piece over to the left of my paper. Ooh, my glue. I got lots of glue on there. All right, I'm going to use my finger. That glue stick is really soft. Just to spread it out. There we go. I'll make sure to wash my hands after. I'm just going to press it down. And I'm going to take the front legs of my bear. Put some glue on that piece. Again, my glue stick is really soft, so I'm going to help spread it out. There. So I made sure to put glue on the white side of my paper. There, so I'm going to pick a spot to put my front legs. I'm going to stick them down. So there's my back legs and my front legs. My hands are really sticky now. And put glue on the white side of my bear's head. And then I'm going to stick the head of my bear down. There. I have one little part. I want a little bit more glue back here. Stick and hold for, I'll count to 10 or even 5 to get it to stick a little bit better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And even my feet, my bear's paws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Now they're stuck down a little bit better. And there's my bear. I'm going to grab a black, see if I can find a black marker or a black pencil crayon, and I'm going to give my bear some claws. They have big claws. And I think I'm going to give my bear an eye. There. So I gave my bear some claws and an eye. Maybe you'll want to color in his nose a little dark. Maybe you think your bear needs a little bit of a tail. And the last thing to use these color chips for is to create a shape of something in that color that your bear might see if it was in your house or in your yard. And if this bear was in my house, he might want a yellow banana. So I'm going to cut out a banana shape. But you might even want to draw your shape on and then cut it out. So there's my yellow banana. And I think my bananas usually have a little bit of brown on them. So I'm going to put a little bit of brown on my banana. So my brown bear saw a yellow banana. And I'll glue that on. And I'm going to stick this down right by his feet. I hope you had a lot of fun making your brown bear art for your brown bear story. Thanks so much. See you guys.